Hey, it's Jamie with Thoughtful Horsemanship, and we're back with Jameson, the horse that bolts, and just working again out in the outdoor without any fencing. And you can see I'm just kind of doing some groundwork. I was really pleased and really happy. He was a lot lighter, a lot more giving. Just overall, even doing his lunging and their flexing, he was a lot lighter, which was really good for him. He's kind of starting to settle in and settle down and get used to what we've worked on in the past, even though it's in a different area. And so we've been out in this open arena 3 or 4 days now. And so when I got on, he did kind of try to take a step off to go off. The horses were down there. He could see them. He wanted to go down there. And so I did pick up on both reins, and I just asked him to back. He would take another step. I would ask him to just take another step back. So we kind of played teeter-totter there for a little bit. Just kind of letting him, stand there. I have no problem with them shifting their weight, just getting comfortable like I did right there. But I do not want him taking a step like he's going to take off until I ask him to. So that is really big, where he thought he could maybe just take off. And I said, no, let's just wait. So I'm kind of just letting him kind of go where he wants to go and pick the spot. And basically that's going to determine where we end up working. And so you will see that he does some really nice kind of just figure eights. We're just kind of looping around, making sure he can listen to me wherever we end up going. And he's just kind of cruising around there at the walk. And here in a second, we will pick up the trot, but make sure that he understands what we're doing and that he has all of the basics from previously, from everything else that he's learned. So there he's picked up the trot, and he went a little faster in that trot than what I asked him to. At first, he took about 4 strides of a nice slow jog, and then he picked it up and he went faster. And so there I asked for another trot, and kind of the same thing. He thought he was going to go faster than what he needed to. So I broke him back down again. Let him stop for a second before I ask him to go again. Ask him to walk. Ask him to jog again. And that time he stayed a lot better at that jog. He wasn't rushy. He wasn't trying to take off with me. He wasn't super fast. It's a little hard to tell because I did speed up this video. I do still bend him, but it doesn't mean that I bend him to a stop. And then I go back to the left. Same thing. Kind of just do a couple turns, and there he got kind of stiff on me. And he didn't really want to bend to that left at all. And so I went back, slowed him back down before I asked him to trot again. And there I went back to the right. So what I want him to do is I want him to realize not only can I go just one way, but I can go both ways, back and forth, at my discretion. It doesn't have to be his discretion. And so he's doing pretty good. He kind of figured out that he doesn't have to sit there and go super fast. He can go slow if I ask him to go slow. There, I asked him to back up a couple steps. And he was really light with that. I was really excited. There, I'm going to ask him to just flex. And here I'm going to ask him to just move his hips over. And he moved his front end, and then he moved his back end. But I'm still going to release that try because he did try for me. And same thing to the right. And so it's just trying to control different parts of that body and let him know that we can work on each part individually. And he's a big horse. He's good. He's over 16 hands, so Then I go back to flexing, make sure I still have that. I don't want him to think that every time we flex that we're going to move his hips. And so that's it for today.